Hi, my name is Miss Rood. I'm the fourth grade ELA and Social Studies teacher at West CC, and I'm here to introduce and talk to you about what we're learning in Social Studies for grade 4 and our performance task for weeks 4 and 5 of DCPS's distance learning. For weeks 4 and 5 of the fourth grade Social Studies Learning Plan, we're going to learn about the aftermath of the American Revolution in order to answer the compelling question, did the American Revolution change anything? You'll respond to the compelling question by writing a journal entry from your choice of perspectives. Before we look closely at this question, let's remember what we've already studied. So, we've learned that there were patriots who were mad at the king for all the taxes he was forcing them to pay. They had to give him a lot of their money. They had to give a lot of their money to the king. So go like this. There were also loyalists who loved the king. They bowed down to him and were happy to have their money go to the English people. So go like this. Eventually, the patriots wrote the Declaration of Independence and declared that they were free of the king's rules. So go like this and yell, "We are free and independent states and we have no connection to Britain anymore." The American Revolution was underway by the time the framers wrote the Declaration of Independence. They continued to fight for America to be its own government against the Loyalists and the English army in the American Revolutionary War, and the Patriots won. The Patriots liked to yell, "Liberty or death." So now, let's think about that compelling question. Did the American Revolution change anything? Really good questions always lead to more good questions. So my next question is, well, for who? Who else was in the 13 colonies whose lives would have been affected by the American Revolution besides for the Patriots and Loyalists? Well, there were women. Did the American Revolution change anything for women? That's the first supporting question. When the Revolutionary War was over, was anything different for them? Okay, so who else was there? Well, there were enslaved African Americans and there were free African immigrants. The second supporting question is, did the American Revolution change anything for African Americans? So after the revolution was over, was anything different for them? Okay, well, who else was there? Oh, I know. Before anyone else was even on the continent, there were Native Americans. The third supporting question is, did the American Revolution change anything for Native Americans? After we've read about these three different perspectives and answered lots of questions and filled out our graphic organizer, we're going to put all of that information together into our performance task. You've already answered the questions. Did the American Revolution change anything for women? Did the American Revolution change anything for African Americans? And did the American Revolution change anything for Native Americans? You are going to use one of those perspectives to write a journal entry. Maybe you'll write from a woman's perspective. Or maybe you'll write from an African American's perspective. Or maybe you'll write from a Native American's perspective. You're going to use all of your learning to answer the question, did the American Revolution change anything? Good luck and enjoy your learning.